not going to be available to Taylor Housewright. And if it's not available, then Housewright is going to have to deliver the football on time, because you know David Parrott and the rest of the secondary, they're going to be looking for passes that are thrown behind receivers, and they're going to be looking for receivers who don't run crisp routes. If they get that, they'll jump the route, they'll take it to the house.
Could come down to the kicking game, and both teams have strong kickers and good punters. Well, we'll see. The kickoff is coming up in a couple of minutes.
Catherine knows what it's like to be a senior citizen. That's why she delivers meals to people who could use a little help. And we know how to help Medicare subscribers like Catherine. That's why we offer Anthem Senior Advantage. There's no monthly plan premium, and Anthem Senior Advantage covers almost every healthcare service you may need, including preventive care like health screenings, vision and hearing exams, built-in Medicare Part D coverage for generic and brand drugs, including some generic drugs not covered by most Part D plans. You can see your primary care doctor for only $10 a visit. And you get a membership in the Silver Sneakers Fitness Program. Anthem Senior Advantage. Contact your independent Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield agent or call us now. Anthem has answers. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. 1-800-797-4905.
Welcome to Jake's in Ashland, Mount Vernon, the new Jake's in Worcester. Jake's is the place for steaks and a whole lot more. Let's start with an appetizer. The huge dog paw blooming onion or the winning combination sampler with all your favorites. Try Jake's slow roasted prime rib or Jake's sizzling house sirloin in special sauce. The baby back ribs are always a hit, smothered in homemade sauce. Try Jake's generous meatloaf sandwich or the Philly steak with homemade beer battered onion rings. Simply awesome. That's Jake's buffalo chicken salad or steakhouse salad. Happy hour from 3 till 6 with discounts on drinks and appetizers. Monday is steak night at Jake's. Half price burgers all day Tuesday. Wednesday it's half price nachos and margaritas. Thursday is pizza night. And Sunday it's prime rib for just $8.99. Order Jake's Wings Platter to go for your next tailgate party. Jake's, Ashland, Mount Vernon, and the new Jake's in Worcester.
The WMFD Sports Game of the Week is presented by Empire Affiliates, your community credit union, and brought to you in part by The Ohio State University at Mansfield, Gander Door Company, Empress Express, Richland Bank, and by Mid-Ohio Collision Center.
Only 3 times in Ashland's 100 years of playing high school football have they had teams go 9-0, 1951, 1952, and the last time was 1963. They will try to do it for the 4th time in school history tonight, if they can beat the Clearfork Colts and do it here in Belleville.
Tonight, the Ashland Arrows won the toss.
Ashland won the toss. They'll be getting the football first. Clearfork will be kicking off, and doing the kicking will be number 85, Thad Snell.
Officials in tonight's ball game. The referee is Danny Kleckner. Umpire this evening, Jim Palmer. The linesman is Steve Brodnick. Line judge is Eric Ulrich, and the back judge this evening is Darren Flarida.
Clearfork dressed in black jerseys, black helmets with the horseshoe on either side, green pants, black socks, the arrows in their white jerseys trimmed with black and orange stripes, and black pants, black helmets with arrows across the side on both. Back deep to receive for the Ashland Arrows is number 6. That's Nate Cooper. And also back there with him is number 16. And that would be Shane Hiller. Snell approaches a football, hits it. It's a line drive kick, and it will be down. No, picked up by Nate Cooper. Cooper brings it across the 25 and up to the 30. I thought maybe one of his knees had touched back there inside the 10, but the official said no, so it's 1st and 10 Ashland.
Well, one of his knees did touch, but he was not touching the ball when the knees touched. on offense for the Arrows. Taylor Housewright, he is Mr. Everything. He can throw it, he can run it. He accounts for 66% of the offensive output for Scott Valentine's Arrows. Dan Eisenhower just under 700 yards on the ground, and the big guys, Stevens, Heath, James, Wolf, and Garmin.
First and 10, Ashland. Ball is at their own 31-yard line. Snap of the ball. Here is Taylor Housewright on the run, and he is going to get to the line of scrimmage maybe, and that's all.
Defensively for the Clearfork Colts, Jeb Miller, the linebacker, 86 tackles and 2 sacks. Nose guard, number 51, Aaron Abbott with 6 sacks. And in the secondary, the strong safety, David Parrott, 3 interceptions and 2 fumble recovery for Rick Beans and the Colts.
Gain on that last play, maybe a half yard. It'll be second down and a long 9 as this game is just underway with 11:20 left to go here in the first period. Ashland's out of the huddle. Should they win tonight, they could wrap up at least a share, maybe even an outright championship, depending how things go across the rest of the league. Shotgun formation, snap of the ball. Housewright's back. He steps up. He throws. It is tipped away at the last second by Greg Poore. The pass was intended for Brandon Harris. The ball was thrown a little late and a little short. If it's on the money, that might have been a touchdown, but it's third down and a long 9.
If Brandon Harris catches this ball in stride, he's got his 12th touchdown receiving of the year. He is the favorite target of Taylor Housewright, and you see at the last second, Poore with the hand knocking the ball incomplete. Third down and long. Good first series by the Colts.
Third down and a long 9 for Ashland. Ball just across their own 31-yard line. And there you see David Parrott trying to get the sidelines into it, and the crowd too. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side of the field, 1 back in the backfield. Back to throw Housewright. He has time. He throws. Harris is wide open and has a first down in Clearfork territory at the 46-yard line. He put the ball on the ground after he was down, and that's a good call. So it is first and 10 for the Ashland Arrows right at the Clearfork 45, and Housewright has all day to throw the football.
Not afraid to go over the middle. Brandon Harris on the crossing route, 18 yards, move the chains, first down Ashland. So they get out of the third and long situation on the completion from Housewright to Harris.
Ashland's first down of the game. They're out of the huddle. Again, 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side of the field. Cooper, Kerr, and Harris. 1 back in the backfield. That's Eisenhower. Kerr goes in motion, gets the football. Tries to cut it up inside. Isn't going to be able to. Jeff Miller with the tackle for a loss on the play of 1 or 2 yards. As they tried a little counter reverse, it didn't work.
One thing we wanted to keep our eye on is what were the corners doing in terms of coverage? Were they up in press, bump and run? Or did they have bubble coverage falling back into the zone? And it looked like zone coverage. There was a good 5-yard cushion on each of the wideouts. That time the carry by Logan Kerr coming back around loses a yard. So we've got second down and 11.
Second and 11, ball back at the 46-yard line of Clearfork. Housewright gets the snap. He's back to throw. He's being chased. He's in trouble. He goes down back at his own 46-yard line. So this will bring up a third down and about 19 for Ashland, back at their own 46.
It almost looked like Housewright came out the wrong direction. You see how he went to the right and then back to the left. You almost wonder if that play was a broken play before they actually got to Housewright, 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. This time it's third and extremely long as Rick Beans looking to force the punt here.
Justin Pallure made that last play for the Colts. Third down and about 19 for the Arrows offense. 3 wide receivers, 1 to the far side, 2 to the near side. There's the snap. Housewright back to throw. He has plenty of time. He will throw upfield and throw this one incomplete. The pass was intended for Logan Kerr. David Parrott says he has an interception, but he had it out of bounds. So it is now fourth down, and Ashland will punt the football away with 8:54 left to go here in the first period.
Well, some incidental contact. Housewright overshoots the intended receiver. And I think a good no call by the officials because there's contact. Both players go down. But I think that's the proper call. David Parrott almost able to scoop up the interception, but it hits the ground.
Technically, the rule is if you touch him and the ball's in the air in high school and college, it's pass interference, but he didn't throw the flag. His pair comes up, fields the punt, tries to run with it. Ashland's all over him, and he goes down. Back at about the 21-yard line is where they'll give him forward progress as they knock him down at about the 17.
That's a good thing they were all over David Parrott, because he's brought 2 punts back for scores this year and a kick return back for a score. So you better account for number 11 when you're punting it or when you're kicking it. Clearfork on offense, quarterback Joe Fraley, the other back in the backfield Uriah Landau, but everything on offense revolves around Nate Tackett. Tackett comes into the ball game as the leading rusher in the OCC, 1,362 yards.
2 wide receivers, 1 each way. Snap of the ball, they give it away to Tackett. He runs with the football. He gets through the secondary and is knocked down after picking up 10 yards. Actually got beyond the line of scrimmage, past the defensive line and linebackers for a gain of 10. It's a first down and 10 Clearfork.
Defensively for Ashland, linebacker Shadron Starnes, 125 tackles, leads the way in the OCC. On the corner, Brandon Harris with a couple of interceptions. And the defensive tackle, Cody Lewis, with 6.5 sacks.
It is first and 10 Clearfork. Ball resting at about their own 32 with 2 wide receivers. We had movement, and we're going to get a 5-yard penalty for illegal procedure, I believe, against Clearfork. One of the offensive linemen on the left side left a little early.
Ball start.
It'll be the first flag of the night. Work against the Colts. Clearfork cheerleaders
First
trying
and
to
15.
stay warm. Beautiful night for football. A little chilly, but no wind. Unlike the wind we had over in Iberia last week, that was gale force winds most of the way. Buckeye Valley and Northmore.
I don't know if they were gale force, but they were between 15
We
and
were in the
25
press
miles
box.
per
What
hour.
would you know? Ask the guys down on the field.
Yeah, but you say gale force. They give it to Tackett again. Tackett with room 40, 45, midfield. McFarland chases him and finally forces him down, all the way down at Ashland's 30-yard line. So Clearfork, as everybody knows, is basically a running football team, and they've gone over left tackle and right tackle and have picked up first downs each time.
How do you like 42 yards off the right tackle? And as soon as he gets into the linebackers and into the secondary, it's all Nate Tackett. He's outrunning his blockers, and he's brought down 42 yards downfield. Second first down of the drive. And the offensive line establishing itself early, getting out, getting blocks on linebackers, and freeing 2 running lanes for Nate Tackett.
Handoff running with a football. This is Landon Walker. 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Clearfork. Well, the Arrows had a tough time last week with Mansfield Sr. It looks like they're in for a rough time tonight with the Clearfork Colts as Clearfork jumps on top by a score of 6-0 with a try for point coming up.
How's that for a 1-2 punch? Give it to Tackett a couple times, get down the field, and then come back the other way with Landon Walker for 30 yards and a touchdown off left tackle.
Thad Snell is in to try the point after him. Basically, Clearfork's runners are running right over Ashland tacklers. Snap, ball down, the kick is up, and the kick is right down Main Street. It's good. So with 7:47 left to go here in the first period, Clearfork 7, Ashland nothing.
Today, it's hard to find service that stands out from the rest. Hirsch Drug in downtown Mansfield still has fast, friendly service and an appreciation for their customers that's so hard to find. At Hirsch Drug, you'll find the most complete pharmacy in town, but you'll also find lots of other interesting things, such as specialty gift items, cards and gift wrap, Russell Stover candies, and beer and winemaking supplies. And plenty of free parking. Hirsch is more than just a drugstore. 4th and Diamond, downtown Mansfield.
As long as there's been cars on the road, people have had to deal with scratches, dents, fender benders, and collision repair. When you need collision repair, custom painting, framework, or to restore the car of your dreams, call Mid-Ohio Collision Center. You'll receive up to $500 off your deductible, accurate, thorough professional repairs, and a lifetime warranty.
Remember, next time you're involved in an accident, nothing's too big, nothing's too small for Mid-Ohio Collision Center. We'll take you back to pre-accident condition.
Tonight's Instant Replay is brought to you by Mid-Ohio Collision Center. Certified collision repair with a lifetime warranty.
7:47 left to go here in the first period, and Clearfork, how many plays? What was that, 3, 4 plays to score?
3 plays and a penalty, and they're into the end zone. You know, the scenarios leading into the game tonight Ashland wins tonight, they clinch at least a share of the OCC. If Ashland wins tonight and Orville loses to Madison tonight, they're going to clinch the outright championship. A Clearfork win combined with an Orville win, we've got a three-way tie at the top of the OCC.
Thad Snell to kick off. He kicks the football, and it will be number 16. That is Shane Hiller. Hiller trying to find his way up the far sideline and returns it up to about the 30-yard line. Pretty much the same spot where Ashland started their first drive. So 1st and 10, Ashland from that point.
I think one of the points that you made earlier on was the strength of both of these defenses. Ashland's defense is giving up 11 points a game, and that includes 2 shutouts. So here in the first quarter, you see Landon Walker going 30 yards after Nate Tackett had accounted for 52 yards. So Clearfork running right through a very stingy defense on the Ashland side of the football through 8 weeks, excuse me.
1st down and 10, Ashland. Again, here is Housewright running the football. He's close to the 40-yard line on the far side of the field before he's finally brought down. Nate Tackett made the tackle on the far sideline. Good gain on 1st down. They will give him credit for about 7 yards at 2nd down and 3. Ashland ball resting close to the 38-yard line.
Defensively on the Clearfork side, they are just as solid. They're giving up only 9 points a game, and that includes 3 shutouts and 2 other games they held their opponent to 7 points.
2nd down and a short 3 for Ashland. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Here's Eisenhower, who gets the 1st down as he crosses the 40 and gets close to the 41, 42-yard line. So Ashland will get a fresh set of downs and move the chains and keep the football. 6 minutes and 58 seconds to play first quarter. Clearfork on top 7-0, and Ashland with the ball for the 2nd time tonight.
Well, every time you give the ball to Dan Eisenhower and he goes between the tackles, loosens up the interior of that Clearfork defense, that gets defenders playing a little closer to the line of scrimmage. And about that time, Housewright can go over the top if you're not careful.
Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers. Here's Housewright again. Will option the football, give it away to McFarland. Slips sliding, now cuts back, loses yardage, trying to turn the corner, looking for a block, and will get 3 or 4 yards where there was really nothing. So a nice job by Tyler McFarland making something out of nothing before he's tackled on the far sideline for a gain of about 3. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. That could have been 2nd and 20.
Well, 9 times out of 10 on a pitch play, option right, when the pitch back stops and reverses field and goes all the way back the other direction, usually the play is going to be stopped in the backfield. So a decent job by Tyler McFarland squeaking out about 3.5, almost 4 yards on the play.
2nd down and 7. Ashland nose of the football shy of their own 45-yard line. Again, 3 wide receivers. They'll send McFarland in motion, and he gets the football, trying to turn the corner, trying to get a block. Isn't going to get one this time and is knocked down after a gain of maybe 1. This is going to bring up a 3rd down and 6, Ashland.
Just beyond the line of scrimmage.
Bit of a curious start to the ball game offensively for Ashland. Eisenhower with 1 carry. Taylor Housewright just 1 of 3 through the air. And Tyler McFarland with a couple of carries, and they've gotten to Housewright in the backfield once.
3rd down and 6, Ashland. Ball at the 46. Clearfork up 7-0.
Coming into the ball game, Clearfork sitting number 5 in Division 4, Region 14. Ashland sitting number 1, Division 2, Region 6.
Whistle and timeout, Ashland. Anthony Fairhurst had come in as a wide receiver for the Arrows, and Coach Scott Valentine wants to talk it over. Coach V at Ashland's done pretty well. He came in 2002 and coached the Arrows to a 6-4 record after they had been 1-9 the previous season. The very next year they were 8-2, made the playoffs, lost in the first round to the eventual state champion Avon Lake Shoreman. Then the next year they finished up at 7-3 in 04, and last year 5-5, and now this year 8-0 with a chance to do something that hasn't been done in 43 years, and that is win 9 straight regular season games in 1 year.
Well, and if my math is correct, in his 5th season, that makes Scott Valentine 34-15. And that's a pretty hefty winning percentage. On the other side of the field, Rick Beans is in his 6th season. He's 31-30. So a couple of the coaches in the area that are establishing themselves in terms of longevity, establishing themselves in terms of winning tradition at their programs, and both of these teams certainly looking forward to playing in week 11.
3rd down and about 6 arrows at their own 46. Back to throw as Housewright completes it to Anthony Fairhurst for a 1st down on the near sideline. He had just come in as a wide receiver. He's tackled by Greg Poor, and Ashland gets another 1st down and moves the chains downfield.
Well, see, that's the benefit of Taylor Housewright throwing into bubble coverage. If you're not going to play press coverage and you've got to give that cushion, you're going to have you're going to have routes that are underneath coverage open all night long. And that's exactly what happened on the first reception by Anthony Fairhurst. He took off from the line of scrimmage, sat down at the 1st down marker, and the ball underneath gets him 1st down number 3.
2 flankers to the far side of the field, a split receiver to the near side. And here comes Eisenhower off a fake reverse. 40, 35, he's to the 30, he's to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown, Ashland, and they trail by a point, 7-6.
44 yards, little trickery in the backfield. Eisenhower keeps it instead of handing it off on the reverse. He goes around the left end, 44 yards, and his 7th rushing touchdown. And Eisenhower, for the big guy, shows a little speed once he gets into the open field.
He showed good speed in game 1 when he broke a long one late in the game against the Willard Flashes. As Anthony Fairhurst will kneel at the 10. Andy Baker is in to try the point after to tie the game at 7 with 5:22 left to go here in the 1st period. Baker is set. Both teams are down. Snap, ball down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So 5:22 left to go here in the 1st period. Our score, Ashland 7, Clearfork 7.
Impressive performances in the 1st quarter by the offenses. Bit surprising in terms of defenses. Very, very solid defenses, and you're wondering when you're taking a look, which is going to bend when you got a good offense and you have good defenses on both sides of the field. Which one is going to prevail? So far, after a couple of series, we've seen the offenses able to churn it out on the ground. Housewright has shown the ability to hook up with receivers in clutch situations, as he has done with Brandon Harris and Anthony Fairhurst. Both catches that kept drives alive. And the Fairhurst catch led to the touchdown by Eisenhower, who is a solid runner, coming in tonight with 656 yards, and that his 7th rushing touchdown.
Andrew Spicer will kick off. Many of his kicks this year have been like beer cans, as Woody Hayes used to say about Tom Skladany. Non-returnable.
Non-returnable.
And I know that got Bob Nye excited anytime you mention beer. There's another kick, and this one is at the 1, and this is David Parrott. He's to the 20, to the 25, and tripped up and knocked down at the 28.
He had good blocking up the front. Return middle was the call, and it looked like he might have been one would-be tackler away from going the distance. He split the seam, and if he gets by this first hand, he had some pretty clear sailing. And Parrott has taken one back via the kick for a touchdown this season already.
Greg Poor and David Parrott are the 2 wide receivers, left and right. Parrott the split receiver, Poor the flanker, the opposite side of the field. They send a man in motion. That's Nate Tackett, and we've got some confusion. We may have illegal procedure on the Colt offense. Maybe somebody forgot the snap count, and it might have been the center.
You get a bunch of people along the offensive line moving, and only one guy not. He's got the football. You can pretty well bet yourself the center forgot the snap count.
Justin Fallure comes in for Clearfork, as does number 24. That's Cody McCune.
Breaking down this Clearfork offense, they score 30 points a contest. They'll run it 80% of the time and throw it 20% of the time. Nate Tackett is 56% of the offensive production for these Colts.
And he gets the football. He's at the 25. He is to the 30, and he pulls his way ahead across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. So just as you say it, he gets the football. On what was 1st and 15, he picks up 9 yards. It's 2nd down and about 6.
Working off the right side this time. Off right tackle. Takes a step back inside into the linebackers and brought down there. So he's got 3 carries early on here for 60 yards.
Chris Snow, one of the Ashland tacklers there.
8-yard gain on the play. Clearfork 2nd and 7 now.
2nd down, about 6 for the Colts. Ball resting at about their 33-yard line. I formation, 2 wide receivers, almost the same formation as last play. They give it to Tackett the other way, and Tackett this time runs into Shadron Starnes after a gain of maybe 1. And this will bring up a 3rd down and about 5. Clearfork, ball resting at their own 34, right where there isn't a whole lot of grass, but mud.
Last week, both these teams with wins. It was a close call for Ashland. 28-27 overtime win against Mansfield Senior, a game which many people say the Tigers outplayed the Arrows, but the Arrows still got the win. Clearfork was shutting out Worcester last week, 23-0.
Let's see if the Colts go to the air as they send Tackett in motion on this 3rd down and 5. Fraley's back to throw. He throws. The ball's caught. And coming up with a 1st down catch is Greg Poor. So 1st and 10 Clearfork. They keep the football and move the chains. And it's 1st and 10 for the Colts. Put it down at their own 44-yard line.
For a team that does not rely very heavily at all on the pass, picking up a 1st down through the air is extremely healthy to see if you're Rick Beans and the Colts coaching staff. At 3.5 minutes remaining in the 1st quarter, they move the sticks on the completion from Fraley to Poor.
Justin Fallour in the backfield. Cody McCune lines up as a flanker to the far side of the field. Nate Tackett goes in motion and whistles stop play. What do we got now? And this is going to go against Clearfork. It is a 5-yard infraction for illegal procedure. Thank you.
Second procedure call against the Colts. Only 2 penalties thus far.
5-yard penalty will put the ball at the Clearfork.
There's a 1st and 15 situation. Puts the football back at the 39. 2 wide receivers left and right. Backs line up in the eye. Nate Tackett's going to get the football, and Ashland has him almost immediately.
Play with a quick handoff to Tackett.
They got there in a big hurry, and one of the people there who hit him first, I think, was Luke Rogers. 2nd down and 16 after a loss of 1.
Well, you got to get out and get blocks on linebackers, and you got to handle yourself along the line of scrimmage if you're going to give Tackett room to run. If you let the linebackers and the defensive line for Ashland start living in the backfield, it's going to be a tough night for Mr. Tackett.
Backs are split. He gets the football, and Shadron Starnes has him at the line of scrimmage, and down he goes. It'll bring up 3rd down and 16. And this time, the Ashland linebackers and defensive line starting to get a little bit wise, especially after that first drive, where Clearfork scored in 3 plays and did it all on the ground with long runs.
And here's the predictable thing. I think Scott Valentine wants to get Clearfork into 3rd and long by containing Tackett on 1st and 2nd down, because if they can get them into 3rd down and get a little pressure on the quarterback Fraley, who is not used to making his living throwing the football, they're going to get to him, because Ashland has 26 sacks this season.
Parrott goes in motion. Fraley back, throws it to Parrott. Parrott trying to find some place to run, maybe has some place to go as he crosses the 45 and gets ahead to about the 47, but he will be short of his 1st down by about 7 yards, and that'll bring up a 4th down, and Clearfork will punt the football away.
Well, a field position improvement on the completion by Fraley to Parrott. Parrott is the leading receiver with 14 catches coming in. But I think it's good to see Joe Fraley early on, 2 out of 2 for 19 yards.
Jeff Miller will punt. Tyler McFarland will receive it.
Position deep for the Arrows.
Here's Miller's kick. It's an end-over-end kick. McFarland comes up, makes the catch at the 25, spins away from 1 and goes down. So actually he did not spin away from Seth Oyster at the 25. So 1st and 10 Ashland at their own 25 with 54 seconds remaining in the quarter of a 7-7 ball game. And again, Ashland trying to make a bit of history in their century of celebration, 100 years of Ashland High School football. They've only had 3 teams go 9-0. This team in 06 trying to be the 4th.
2 years removed from doing Ashland in the playoffs, a year they were 8-2.
Yes. That year they lost to Worcester on a missed extra point, and Bellevue on a 2-point conversion. They came up just shy. They will run the football, and running the football, I believe, was number 22, that being Gillespie.
First carry for Kurt Gillespie. Short yardage, picked up 1.
Tackled by Aaron Abbott.
Clock continues to run, 29 seconds, 28 seconds. First quarter winding down. This might be the last play of the first quarter. Gillespie lines up in the backfield. They'll go with 3 wide receivers. They'll send Logan Kerr in motion, and he gets the football. He's at the 25. He's at the 30 and goes down at about the 31. Greg Poore in on the stop. Justin Ballure also there, and that is the end of the first period. After 1 quarter, the issue is not decided. It's 7-7 between Ashland and Clearfork.
Give me an F, give me an R, give me an E, free. Give me a checking account with Empire. It's free, free, free.
We'll give you $25. Our free checking offers you no monthly fees, no minimum balance, free online banking and bill payment, free checks. Support your school with Spirit Checks, featuring your team's logo on every check. For every box you order, we make a cash donation to your school.
We got Spirit, yes we do. We got Spirit, how about you?
Empire Affiliates, your community credit union. Join us today.
Be a part of it.
Childhood should be fun. It shouldn't hurt. At Richland County Children's Services, it's our job to protect children and work with families to eliminate the causes of child abuse and neglect. If you're concerned about the safety of a child, call us 24 hours a day at 419-774-4100. For more information on reporting suspected abuse and neglect, log on to richlandcountychildrenservices.org. Richland County Children's Services. Safe children today build strong families tomorrow.
The WMFD Sports Game of the Week is presented by Empire Affiliates, your community credit union. Also sponsored in part by First Federal Bank of Ohio, Richland County Children's Services, Hirsch Drug, and by Miller's Jewelry.
All right, ready to start the second quarter, and Ashland with a football looking at a 3rd down and about 4. Ball is at their own 31-yard line.
First quarter leaders for Ashland. Taylor Housewright, 2 out of 4 for 27 yards. Dan Eisenhower, 2 carries for 48 yards.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. 1 back in the backfield, that's Kurt Gillespie. They pitch it outside to the 30, and catching it is Logan Kerr. Housewright hit him, but Logan Kerr gets knocked down for a loss of 1 right at the 30, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5, and Ashland will punt the football away.
For the Clearfork Colts in the first quarter, Nate Tackett, 6 carries for 60 yards. Landon Walker with a carry for 30 yards. And Joe Fraley, the quarterback, 2 out of 2 for 19 yards. Greg Poore with a catch, David Parrott with a catch.
Andy Baker will punt the football away. David Parrott will receive it. There's the snap, it's right at him, and here's the kick. And a good kick. David Parrott chases it down, catches it over his shoulder, goes back to the 18, goes to the 20, and gets knocked down right there. Good coverage by the Ashland Arrow punt cover team. Usually when you get a punt like that, you outkick your coverage, but the Arrows were down there, Johnny, on the spot. First and 10, Clearfork.
That's a 49-yard punt by Andy Baker. He was averaging 37.7. He's going to boost the average a little bit with that shot.
.7?
.7. I don't know how they figured the .7, but that's what the OCC statistical website informed me of. And I know there's a lot of people out there that were making comments on the thread on JJ Huddle about what percentage of offense does Nate Tackett actually account for, so I wanted to make sure that we passed along the answer. 56% of the output belongs to Tackett.
And he is the only back in the backfield. Slot formation near side. Jeff Miller lines up tight at the far side end. They give it away to Tackett. He breaks a couple of tackles at the line of scrimmage and gets 3 yards up to about the 28 5-yard line. The original line of scrimmage was the 22, where they gave David Parrott credit for that punt return, even though he got knocked down at the 20. And I think the reason they did that is he actually caught the ball at the 22 and then found himself back at the 18, 17-yard line. Second down and about 7. Clearfork, ball at their own 25. Slot formation, far side of the field. Snap of the ball. Here comes Tackett again, trying to find some place to go. Gets it across the 25, maybe gets to the 27. And this will bring up a 3rd down and a manageable 3 for Clearfork.
Working the left side, tried to get back inside once he cleared the tackle and got to the linebackers. Good pursuit. Brings him down for a short gain. So Tackett now with 8 carries for 67 yards.
3rd down, 3 Clearfork, ball at their own 27-yard line. 10 minutes left to play in the first half of a 7-7 ball game. Jeff Miller tied at the far side end. David Parrott split to the near side. Fraley gets a snap, turn, give it away. Nate Tackett. Tackett is, I think, well, it depends on where they put it down. I think he is short of his first down by about a half a yard. In on the stop for the Ashland Arrows, getting off the bottom of the pile, is number 28, Andrew Britton.
8 guys in the box trying to stop the run, figuring Tackett's going to get it somewhere between the tackles. He cuts it back inside and stopped right there by Tyler McFarland. He will be just short on 4th down.
And it looks like Clearfork, well, they thought about it.
They did think about it.
Tyler McFarland also went on that last tackle. Clearfork thought about going for it on 4th down, but decided that, nah, it's too early.
Field position is everything. In a 7-7 game, you don't want to make a mistake and give a short field to the opponent.
And whistle, and let's see what this is about. We have timeout against, charged to Clearfork, I think.
Rick Beans wants to think about it a little bit more.
So maybe they will. Let's take a break, and we will be back after this.
At First Federal Bank of Ohio, they're proud to be right here with you as they celebrate their first 115 years. From their founding father's humble beginnings to a strong and prosperous financial leader, they stand ready to meet all your financial needs.
This is Tom Moore, President of First Federal Bank of Ohio, inviting you to try our new internet banking and bill pay services.
In Galion, Mansfield, Mount Gilead, Tiffin, Cardington, Shelby, Bellevue, and Sandusky. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
What sport are you into? Football, basketball, soccer, tennis? Johnny Johnson Sports has you covered. Johnny Johnson Sports has the latest sportswear and outerwear for all area schools, with a large selection of new school logos for t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, ties, and bags. Johnny Johnson Sports also wants your team business. Johnny Johnson Sports, where your image is our game. Johnny Johnson Sports, Stumbo Road in Ontario.
Well, they are going to go for it. It is 4th down and about a foot.
And Rick Beans is still in the huddle. You almost wonder if he's going to take the snap himself. Punt team was on the field. Punt team is now on the sideline.
Yep, Clearfork's going to go for it on 4th down. And Coach Rick Beans, I can just imagine, is screaming at his offensive line saying, you guys got to earn your keep right here, right now.
You're going to beat the best. You got to perform. That's what he's saying.
Full house backfield. Snap of the ball. Give it away. Running straight ahead as a flag goes down is Nate Tackett, I believe. Nope, that was Justin Fleur.
I think the whistle actually and the flag were before the play.
Well,
Clearfork motioning like they got Ashland to jump off sides, and they may have.
Offsides.
They did.
Ashland. They may have lined up offsides or maybe jumped. As it was, Justin Fleur had the first down. So it's 1st down Clearfork, and they keep the football.
That's the first penalty against Ashland. And that was a costly one because it's going to give Clearfork the first down.
Penalty flag on the field.
Well, chalk that up under gutty call.
Well, when you have an offense like that, and that is your modus operandi straight ahead, maybe it's not so gutsy.
Well, that defies all the rules in the rule book about field position. I can tell you that, but it worked out.
Now, there was a flag thrown, a warning, a sideline warning against Clearfork, and the official saying, get back. There you see Ashland football coach Scott Valentine, who has helped guide his team to an 8-0 record to this point.
Scott Valentine, absolutely cool as a cucumber. Always in control.
Probably churning up like crazy inside. Two tight ends, full house backfield for the Colts on this 1st and 10. Snap of the ball, they give it away, running with the football. Nate Tackett. Tackett crosses the 40, is close to the 41 for a gain on the play of close to 6 yards.
Good job diving forward to finish off the run by Tackett. And you're right, picked up another yard or two as he was going down with the lunge forward. He was down behind the 40-yard line and ends up beyond the 40. 75 yards now on 10 carries.
Brandon Harris stuck a shoulder in there and put him down. Full house backfield again. Again, they give it to Landon Walker. Walker trying to break a tackle of Logan Kerr. Can't do it as a flag goes down, and we may have a face mask against Logan Kerr. As Landon Walker took him for a ride about 5-6 yards sideways, and then finally went down, but not before he had a first down.
I think we'll be tacking this on to the end of the run. They didn't call a personal foul face mask, so it must be the 5-yard variety, and it was.
Inadvertent as it is, 1st and 10 Clearfork. Put the football down in Ashland territory at the 48.
First down, number 5 now for Clearfork. A nice looking drive, keyed by the 4th and less than 1 call by Rick Beans that drew Ashland off sides, moved the chains, and kept the drive going.
1st and 10 Clearfork, two tight ends, full house backfield, just like last year. Snap of the ball, handoff. Here is, I believe, Nate Tackett, and Ashland's all over him this time. Not much there. As a matter of fact, he might have lost one. In on the stop, Taylor Page for Ashland. Jumped on his back and pushed him down.
Now, you mentioned just like last year. Ashland is hoping this isn't just like last year. Clearfork shut them out 20-0.
Shut them out in a driving rainstorm last year. Week 9 was a messy night last year. Glad we don't have that this year. Two tight ends. Full house backfield again on this 2nd down and about 11. Here's Landon Walker trying to get outside. Can't do it. Couldn't get away from Kurt Gillespie, who I believe wrapped him up around the legs and brought him down. And this will bring up a 3rd down, and about 9. Gain on the play of about 1.5 yards.
If you're just tuning in, wondering 7-7, how did we get there? At 7:47 of the first quarter, it was a 30-yard run by Clearfork's Landon Walker and a point after touchdown. That after 52 yards on 2 carries by Nate Tackett. For the Ashland score, that came at 5:22 of the first quarter, a 44-yard run by Dan Eisenhower.
Landon Walker goes in motion. Back to throw is Fraley. He has some time. He airs it out for Parrott, and he can't get there. Incomplete. Logan Kerr on the coverage, and it's 4th down.
Good coverage offered by Logan Kerr on David Parrott. And a pretty decent ball by Fraley. Overthrew the receiver, so if he couldn't get it, meaning Parrott, it was going to be incomplete. So the drive stalls inside the 50. And Clearfork's going to punt it away this time.
Stops the clock with 6:28 to go here in the first half. 4th and 9. And Jeb Miller will punt the football to Tyler McFarland.
Jeb Miller to punt for Clearfork.
There's the snap and the kick. End over end. McFarland comes up, catches it at the 15, trying to find a place to run at the 20. He's to the 25, slips and goes down at the 27. 1st and 10 Ashland from that point.
Not the first time that we've seen field conditions. You mentioned nice evening for football, but with the rain that we've had the previous 2 days, you can see field conditions are certainly anything but the best. And we've seen some of the runners having problems with their cuts tonight as Logan Kerr slips and goes down.
The biggest reason that Community Stadium has pro-grass. No more mud.
I said Logan Kerr. I meant Tyler McFarland on that return.
First and 10, Ashland from their own 27. Here is Housewright running the football. Gets close to the 30 before he's brought down. Gain on the play of 3. Justin Fleur gets off the bottom of the pile. Second and 7, Arrows from their own 30.
Clearfork so far accounting for Taylor Housewright fairly well. 4 carries, he's only netted 2 yards. Housewright through the air, 3 out of 5 now for 26 yards.
Fast first half.
Housewright has put up some gaudy numbers through the air. He's thrown for 1,388 yards, 62% completion rate, and 16 touchdowns.
Back to throws Housewright. He has time. He throws. Pass intended for Tyler McFarland, way over his head, incomplete, and it's 3rd and 7.
Pass intended for Tyler McFarland. Levi Kramer on the
If Ashland wins tonight, next week they will have an opportunity to do something that no Ashland football team has ever done, and that is go 10-0. There you see Clearfork coach Rick Beans trying to prevent that.
Well, they'll do that at home against the Lexington Minutemen, or try to get that done. That's a game that we will have for you on ESPN 1440.
3 wide receivers for the Arrows, 2 to the near side, 1 flank to the far side of the field. It's 3rd down and about 7, Ashland. Housewright back to throw. He has time, now running out of it, trying to find somebody open, is in big trouble, gets wrapped up, and he will go down back inside the 25 at about the 22, and it's 4th down. Ashland will punt the football away.
That's the 2nd time they've caught Taylor Housewright in the backfield. So the Clearfork sack pack with a pair of them now on the Ashland quarterback. They catch him 8 yards deep. Good coverage in the secondary, not giving Housewright much opportunity for an open receiver downfield.
Andy Baker to punt the football away to David Parrott. There's the snap. Here comes the kick. It's an end-over-end kick that bounces at midfield and will roll out of bounds across the 40 at about the, put it down at about, well, they see, the official on the near side says 39-yard line. And that's where Clearfork will start with 4 minutes and 42 seconds left to go before the half. Yeah, hi, fellas. What's up?
Good amount of time left for Clearfork to mount a drive here. 7-7. This one certainly shaping up to be everything we anticipated. And I think you called it appropriately when you said a Clearfork win is a mild upset. We don't want to put too much of a lofty underdog role, or too much of an exaggerated underdog role on Clearfork's side, because it would be a mild upset with a Clearfork win.
Direct snap to David Parrott, who lined up at quarterback in the shotgun. And David tries to run the right side and doesn't find anything there. As a matter of fact, he'll lose 3 yards. 2nd and 13, ball back at about the 36.
And that play just didn't look good right from the start. Almost drew a procedure penalty. Referee kept it in his pocket. But you may not see that formation again tonight.
And Joe Fraley is back in there, quarterback for Clearfork. And Clearfork comes to the line of scrimmage. Cody McCune and David Parrott are the 2 wide receivers, near side, far side. Jeff Miller lines up at tight end. 1 back in the backfield, that's Tackett. Fraley's back to throw. He has some time. Now he airs it out, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for David Parrott. Parrott had a step on the defender. And the guy covering him was Chris Snow.
Well, he had a wide open David Parrott. He had 2 steps on the cover man, Snow. And Fraley just let loose, needed to get a little bit more air underneath it and let Parrott get there. Really didn't give Parrott an opportunity to catch that football as it ends up out of bounds. Speaking of Parrott at quarterback, the last time we were here earlier in the year, we saw Parrott at quarterback quite a bit because Joe Fraley had taken a shot on the far sideline in the senior high game and was out a considerable amount of that game.
3rd down and about 13, Clearfork. Ball at their own 36. They'll go with 3 wide receivers, 1 flank to the far side of the field. Slot formation near side. They'll give it away on a delay to Nate Tackett, and Tackett's not going to go very far as he gets ahead for about a gain of 1, maybe 2, and it's 4th down.
Luke Rogers on the stop for Ashland.
They put the clamps on Nate Tackett the last 3 times he's touched the ball. He's netted only 6 yards.
Luke Rogers made that last tackle for the Arrows. Jeff Miller's going to have to punt the football away. Back deep once again is Tyler McFarland.
Big Jeb's averaging a little over 38 yards a punt so far this year.
Here is his kick. Gets it away. Pretty decent kick. McFarland to the 30, to the 35. He is to the 40. He's to the 45. He's to midfield. He's up the near sidelines and pushed out of bounds. So, first down and 10, Ashland across the 45, down at about the Clearfork 42-yard line. Good field position with 2:59 left to play in the first half.
David Parrott delivered the shot, and he was slow to get up, but he is back on the field in his strong safety position. So now Ashland with an opportunity here. Just under 3 minutes remaining.
Slot formation, far side of the field. They'll go with two wide receivers over there, one to the near side. House right, give it away. Eisenhower runs with the football, gets across the 40, down to about the Clearfork 39 before he's wrapped up and brought down. Gain on the play of maybe 3. That's 2nd and 7 for Ashland.
3 carries now for Eisenhower for 51 yards. Clock is going to continue to move. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Taylor Housewright's going to have to hurry. I think Ashland's going to have to call a timeout. Play was slow from the sideline to the quarterback, Housewright, and they do call timeout.
Timeout, Ashland. Clock stopped with 2:29 left to go here in the first half. 7-7 the score. Next week, we will be over at Skiles Field in Shelby as the Whippets take on the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes going into Friday's action. Both of those teams are tied for first place in the Northern Ohio League, and depending on how things come out tonight, they could both be undefeated in league play come week 10. And Shelby needs a win, not only to give themselves a championship in the league, but also make the playoffs, much like last year.
Coming in tonight, Shelby 6-2 for all games and 5-0 in the NOL. Tiffin Columbian 7-1 coming in tonight, and they likewise 5-0. So we could have another real good ball game over at Skiles Field next week. Looking around at a couple of the other conferences, in the NCC, it's come down to Winford and Lucas. Both 7-1 overall, 5-0 for Winford, 4-1 for Lucas inside the conference.
3 wide receivers for Ashland on this 2nd and 7. They give it away to Eisenhower, and he's tripped up and knocked down just as it appeared he might be able to pick up that first down. Uriah Landell on the stop, chopped his feet out from underneath him, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 after a gain on the play of about 2.
In the Firelands Conference, it is actually a battle among the top 4 as you look at the run by Eisenhower again. Monroeville, Western Reserve, Crestview, and St. Paul all at 4-1 in the Firelands, so that one's anybody's game. In the Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference, Buckeye Valley and Highland at 5-2 in the Red Division, and Pleasant at 7-0 and Northmore at 5-2 lead the Blue Division.
It's 3rd down and 5. Housewright back to throw. He wings it out to Logan Kerr, runs into one of his own men, goes across the 35 and up to the 31, and that's an Ashland first down. So the Arrows keep the football with 1:40 left to go here in the first half.
Good hookup between Housewright and Kerr, picks up 6. First down number 4, slung forward beyond the first down marker. And here to close out second quarter action, the Arrows are threatening as we approach 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining before halftime.
Mike McCorkle made that tackle for Clearfork. 1st and 10 Ashland, ball resting at the 31. Housewright gets the snap, back to throw. He looks, pumps once, now will throw to the far sideline to the end zone. Is that a touchdown? No, out of bounds, says the official. Logan Kerr couldn't come up with it.
He caught the ball, couldn't come down with it.
Well, we don't have a camera on this side. However, did he come down with 1 foot? Was he pushed out? We don't know. We didn't have a real good look at it. And Coach Scott Valentine on the far sideline wants an explanation from the official. Here it is again.
Well, we can tell that Logan Kerr is going to catch the football, but in terms of being able to gauge the sideline and whether he had a foot in or didn't have a foot in, we can't make that call. But still a good ball and a good catch from Housewright to Kerr.
You only need 1 foot in high school and college, and unfortunately on the replay, we couldn't tell. It's 2nd down and 10, Ashland. Ball at the Clearfork 31. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Housewright throws ball caught this time by Logan Kerr, no doubt about that. He's all the way down to the Clearfork 10-yard line. Actually, the official will put him down at about the 12. So it's 1st and 10, Ashland.
20-yard hookup on the completion. So this drive, it's been Taylor Housewright looking for Logan Kerr. Kerr came in with 22 catches tonight. He's got 3 on the evening.
1st and 10, Ashland at about the Clearfork 12-yard line. Clock running, 55 seconds and moving here in the first half. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. 1 back in the backfield with Housewright. That's Eisenhower. Housewright back to throw. Slips and goes down back at the 18. And the center of the field here at Clearfork is pretty slick because there's no grass out there, just mud.
Got slippery conditions between the hash marks causing a problem, and Ashland's going to need to call timeout.
Thought for a minute there they might go with no huddle. Stops the clock with 32 seconds to play here in the first half. At least they are in field goal range of Andy Baker.
Moving our way down through some of the other conferences in the area. In the Mid-Buckeye Conference, 5-0 Danville and 4-1 Johnstown. Looks like it's down to those two. And in the Wayne County League, Smithville and Northwestern remain undefeated at 5-0. So conference races all throughout North Central Ohio. Nobody's running away with anything.
I think probably it's safe to say, at least in the NCC, barring a monumental upset by Riverdale or Colonel Crawford next week, Winford's your champion in that league.
Yeah, it certainly is their conference to lose or their conference to win, and the strength of the remaining schedule for Winford would indicate that it probably is going to be a royal crown.
They're pretty good, but this issue is far from being decided. 32 seconds left. Ashland back to the line of scrimmage on what is 2nd down and about 15 at the Clearfork 16. Housewright's back to throw. He has some time. He's being chased. He throws, and it is batted down, almost intercepted. And that was nearly intercepted by David Parrott. And that brings up 3rd and 16.
You know, we talked about needing to be crisp on the passes and crisp on the routes. Going to be difficult. You see the fluttering ball by Housewright, and certainly not going to be able to be crisp in your route running because of the field conditions. So both those things are contributing to what has so far through the air been a subpar effort by Taylor Housewright given field conditions.
Well, it's the same on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and you have to deal with it. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side on what is 3rd and about 15. Snap of the ball. Housewright's back. He throws. Brandon Harris had it, and it's picked off by David Parrott off the rebound. Parrott up the far sideline, trying to find some place to run. At the 30, at the 35, at the 40. He's at midfield, still running. At the 40, 35, and run down at the 34. With under 10 seconds to go here in the first half.
Oh, if the Colts come back and pull this one off, mark that play as the game turner. With Ashland and Taylor Housewright heading into the end zone, a batted ball ends up in the arms of David Parrott, and back the other way, the speedy, strong safety comes and almost brought it all the way back.
Brandon Harris had it go off his shoulder pads, and away he comes with the return.
And the separation in sloppy conditions that Parrott is able to create. And good pursuit and relentless pursuit by Brandon Harris. It caromed off Harris. Harris is the guy who brings down Parrott.
And he was the guy that had the ball, as you said, carom off him. He got knocked to the ground. He got back up, gave chase, and made the tackle.
With all that said, 6 seconds remain. Take another look. It's going to go off the shoulder pad of Brandon Harris. Harris is going to get absolutely crunched. Meanwhile, David Parrott is concentrating on the football off the tip drill. Picks up the football at the 2-yard line. Back the other way he comes. Reverses his field and back across the grain. And it's Brandon Harris who has, in the meantime, gotten up and run him down.
Actually, we've got 8 seconds on the clock.
8
it's hard
seconds.
to see because there's a pole right in our vision as we look at the clock. 8 seconds to go. 1st and 10 Clearfork at Ashland's 34-yard line. So they've got time for maybe one play and then what would be a very long field goal if they elect to do that.
Well, if you're looking for a legitimate field goal, they need to get this play down to about the 20-yard line, make it a 37-yarder.
They send a man in motion. That's David Parrott. Fraley gets the snap. He's back to throw. He better hurry. He will throw, and it is batted down. 2 seconds remain. Ball batted down by Brandon Harris.
Incomplete.
Well, this one you have no choice. You have to have this ball in the end zone with a tip drill opportunity. You see that ball knocked down by Brandon Harris.
2 seconds remaining.
This will be a 51-yard field goal by Thad Snell.
His long on the season is 44. He is 5 of 8,
41-yard line.
and he has a 44-yarder to his credit.
Clearfork takes time with 2 seconds left in the half.
Timeout Clearfork.
Flags drooping straight down, absolutely no wind. So no advantage nor disadvantage. Very different than last week. You see there, it's a still night in the valley.
I think this might be just a little bit more to ask. If you had somebody like a Ryan Young like last year, he had a couple from 50.
Well, and it's awful cold too. The colder the football, the harder it is to kick. If you're looking at the percentage of success, I would say you're probably ahead to go ahead and throw it up and see what happens. And I think that's what's going to happen here.
Yep, 2 seconds left, barring a penalty on the defense. This may be the final play of the first half, and they will do just that. Forego the field goal and throw it towards the end zone. 3 wide receivers, 1 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Snap of the ball, back to throw is Fraley. He lets it fly. He throws for the corner, and this one's over everybody's heads. No flags. The half is over. After 2 quarters, Ashland 7, Clearfork 7.
Many successful business owners recognize the importance of membership in the Mansfield-Richland Area Chamber of Commerce. Benefits like the Chamber Health Plan and the many exclusive promotional opportunities make Chamber membership a wise investment for any business. More than 1,000 business owners know membership in the Chamber means their business is both respected and reliable.
It pays to belong. Call the Mansfield-Richland Area Chamber today to see how you can join.
Richland Bank has a checking account to fit your style. Our new line of personal checking accounts makes choosing the right one for you even easier. And now there are even more ways to qualify for a checking account with no monthly service charge. Personal checking accounts feature a free Visa check card, free personal online banking, and online bill pay. Ask any Richland banker for details when you stop by or call any of our 13 locations. Bank with a leader in checking. Choose Richland Bank.
Richland Bank, expect a difference.
This is WMFD TV, Channel 68, and America's first independent digital television station, WMFD Digital Television, Mansfield.
Be a part of something special. The Galleon chapter of a Special Wish Foundation. Call 419-683-3331.
Tonight's halftime report is presented by Med Central Home Care and Hospice. For information on becoming a volunteer, call Jelaine Miller at 419-520-2950.
Halftime at the Colt Corral. We're tied at 7. Clearfork got out on top at 7:47 of the first quarter on a 30-yard touchdown run by Landon Walker. With the point after touchdown, Clearfork led it 7-0. At 5:22 of the first quarter, a 44-yard run by Ashland's Dan Eisenhower with the point after touchdown tied us up. No scoring in the second quarter. That's where we stand at halftime, tied at 7. The Ashland High School Marching Band is on the field. Let's go down and take a listen.
This next song was written by Mars Bonfire for the band Steppenwolf. Originally released in 1968, but also used under many different venues, the first of which being the film Easy Rider. In fact, the second verse refers to heavy metal thunder and is said to have inspired the term heavy metal music. It peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. The AHS band now features our very own Sweet 16 as they play their version of Born to Be Wild. How can you think back to 60s rock music without remembering the wonderful harmonies of the Mamas and the Papas? The Eras Band will now perform a tune written in New York City by someone who was homesick for life on the West Coast. Please feel free to sing along as the band features our trumpeters in their closing song, California Dreamin'. to everyone in the stadium for your kind attention and your warm applause. You've been watching the Ashland High School Marching Band under the direction of Neil Ebert, along with assistant band directors John Bryan and Sean Ebert. We'd also like to say thanks to our Sweet 16 and special thanks to the Sweet 16 director, Ann Van Scoy.
5 yards. Nate Tackett, 12 carries, 75 yards. He leads all ground gainers. Joe Fraley for Clearfork, 2 out of 6 for 19 yards. Greg Poor's got a catch for 10. David Parrott with a catch for 9 individually for the Ashland Arrows. Taylor Housewright has carried the ball 6 times, but 2 of those times he's been sacked behind the line of scrimmage. He's lost 12 yards. Dan Eisenhower, 4 rushes for 53 yards. And through the air, Taylor Housewright is 5 out of 11 for 52 yards. Logan Kerr with 3 catches for 25. Brandon Harris with a catch for 18. Anthony Fairhurst with a catch for 9. Take a look at the team numbers here at halftime. Very even up and down the stat columns on both sides. Time of possession slightly in favor of Ashland. First downs knotted up at 5. Rushing the football, that's where Clearfork has been able to get it done. That's no surprise. And the balanced attack of Ashland, again, that's no surprise. Total yardage 101 to 127. Clearfork outgaining Ashland by 26 yards. And Ashland has thrown the 1 interception. Penalties even at 2 apiece. Likewise, the score even at 7. Only 2 scores in the ball game. 30-yard run by Landon Walker for Clearfork. 44-yard run by Dan Eisenhower for Ashland. Take another look. This was after a couple runs by Nate Tackett. Landon Walker goes off left tackle. He goes 30 yards. We add a point after touchdown. And so at 7:47, it was 7-0 in favor of Clearfork. On the other side of the football, Dan Eisenhower fakes out everybody. He fakes the reverse. He goes around the left end, and he shows a little bit of speed as he goes 44 yards for the touchdown. They get the point after touchdown. And then at the end of the half, Taylor Housewright and the Ashland Arrows looking to capitalize and get into the end zone. Ball caroms off Brandon Smith and into the arms of David Parrott. Parrott does a nice job returning it all the way back to nearly the 30-yard line, down at about the 32, but only 8 seconds remain, and Clearfork cannot get anything done, and we go to the halftime locker room tied at 7. Some ghost busting going on down on the field with the Clearfork Marching Band. Let's go down there and see what this is all about.
Tonight, the band honors its senior class. Parents and family, please join your seniors on the field. Senior band members include Matthew Arnold, accompanied by parents Larry and Susan. Liz and Austin Bidlack, accompanied by mother Anita. S. Berry, accompanied by parents Corinne and Bob. Bethany Dilly, accompanied by parents Peggy and Thomas. Jennifer Dunn, accompanied by parents John and Ruth. Mary Digman, accompanied by mother Julie. Sarah Ebbinger, accompanied by parents Robert and Nancy. Blake Eister, accompanied by parents Raina and Earl. Alex Fackelman, accompanied by parents Jamie and Mark Pellegrino. Liam Forbes, accompanied by mother Mary. Chris Gibson. Jacob Gillum, accompanied by parents John and Red. Sarah Hutt, accompanied by parents Mark and Sandra. Ariel King, accompanied by parents Eric and Judy Snyder. Corey Kyler, accompanied by parents Steve, Sharon, and sister Jody. Skylar Lewis, accompanied by Connie Lewis, Debbie Bebout, and grandmother Charlene Yeager. Lucas Markovic, accompanied by parents Peter and Cheryl and sister Nina. Randy Martin, accompanied by parents Bob and Nancy and brother Chris. Melanie McCorkle, accompanied by parents Mike and Jeanette. Sean McGovern, accompanied by mother Debbie. Whitney Mowry, accompanied by parents Dean and Beth. John Knott, accompanied by parents Alice and Don. Hudson Palmer, accompanied by parents Randy and Ann. Leah Perna, accompanied by parents Jana and Cole Coolican. Courtney Porter, accompanied by father Mike Dunham. Emily Roberts, accompanied by parents Pam and Craig. Shannon Sheets, accompanied by parents Al and Cheryl. Hillary Sykes, accompanied by parents Fred and Julie. Katie Sparks, accompanied by parents Melissa and Fred. Nick Tess, accompanied by parents Don and Brenda. David Timberlake, accompanied by parents Mark and Kelly and grandparents Chuck and Nancy Timberlake. Melody Williams, accompanied by parents Angus and Doug. Anthony Wilson, accompanied by parents Kenny Wilson and Charlotte Roberts. Lance Ray, accompanied by parents Steve and Brenda. And Amanda Wyatt, accompanied by parents Charlie and Anna. Thank you, parents, and congratulations, seniors. Parents, you may return to the track at this time. Next, the seniors will play their senior song, Land of a Thousand Dances.
Clearfork High School Marching Band on Senior Band Parents Night here at the Colt Corral. This has been the Med Central Home Care and Hospice Halftime Report. For information about hospice services, call 419-526-8442. Third quarter action is coming up.
I'd like to send out our thanks to all of those of you tonight who participated in our 50-50 raffle. We have a winning ticket to announce, so if you purchase a ticket, get that ready, and we'll announce that momentarily. Meantime,
is Med Central Hospice.
It was assistance that I really felt that I needed. I feel they have a devotion to not only the patient, but a devotion to the family. They're just like your special friend.
They just covered everything. They covered everything that if we had a problem, we didn't know what to do, we just asked the nurses or the staff, and they had the answers.
If you need help taking care of a dying loved one, please give us a call.
Give me an F, give me an R, give me an E, free. Give me a checking account with Empire. It's free, free, free.
We'll give you $25. Our free checking offers you no monthly fees, no minimum balance, free online banking and bill payment, free checks. Support your school with Spirit Checks, featuring your team's logo on every check. For every box you order, we make a cash donation to your school.
We got Spirit, yes we do. We got Spirit, how about you?
Empire Affiliates, your community credit union. Join us today.
Be a part of it.
The WMFD Sports Game of the Week is presented by Empire Affiliates, your community credit union, and is brought to you in part by North Central State College, Mansfield-Richland County Public Library, Renaissance Performing Arts, and by Med Central Home Care and Hospice.
All right, Clearfork will get the football to start the third quarter. 7-7 the game. And who knows, maybe we're headed for overtime. Haven't gone that far so far this year.
Ashland win tonight, clinches at least a share of the Ohio Cardinal Conference for the Arrows. Ashland win tonight with an Orville loss to Madison would clinch the outright championship for the Arrows. And a Clearfork win, throw in an Orville win. Going into week 10, we've got a three-way tie at the top.
Andrew Spicer will kick off. David Parrott is back deep for Clearfork.
They're going to be sponsoring a Swiss steak dinner.
7-7 on the Empress Express scoreboard.
That's tomorrow, 4:30 to 7:30. Swiss steak, mashed potatoes.
And if, in fact, this game does go into overtime, it would be the second straight week because Ashland went into overtime with Mansfield Senior just last Friday. Here's the kick by Spicer. Pretty good kick. Parrott right at the goal line. To the 5, to the 10, up to the 15, up to the 20, and down at about the 22-yard line. First and 10, Clearfork from that point, and the second half is underway.
Well, it was early in the first quarter, and a couple of drives got points on the board right away, and we were thinking to ourselves, what about these vaunted defenses? Clearfork giving up 9 points a game, and Ashland giving up 11 points a game. David Parrott doing a little limping back to the huddle there. Well, after both teams gave up a touchdown, both defenses got real serious real fast for the rest of the half.
Clearfork to the line of scrimmage. Parrott and Poor, the two wide receivers, left and right. Backs line up in the eye. Snap of the ball, give it away. Tackett runs with it and gets it across the 25, maybe to the 26 before he's hit and pushed back. Whole lot of white jerseys in there. Ian Connery in there. Shadron Starnes also there, and number 28, Andrew Britton.
Colts get 3 on the play.
13 carries now for Tackett, 79 yards.
On the stop defensively that time for the Arrows.
Second down, 7, Clearfork. Ball at about their 26 as the third quarter starts up.
The only guy in the area with more rushing yards than Tackett is Hunter Reed over at Crestview.
Snap, give it away. Tackett runs the football. Pretty much the same play, only to the other side. And he gets it ahead to about the 27. That's all. And it's going to bring up a third down and about 4. Gain of about 2.5.
Some of the other premier runners in the area. Cameron Brandt over at Mapleton. He's 1,272 yards. Zach Osborne at South Central is 1,121. John McDaniel at Bucyrus is 1,054. And the other 1,000-yard runner, Taylor Harris at Highland.
Two wide receivers left and right on this third down and about 4 Clearfork. Backs are offset. They give it away on a counter. It's Landon Walker at the 45 at midfield, being chased by Logan Kerr and spun out of bounds on the far sideline. So it's first down, Clearfork. And the Colts keep the football on the ground.
That's another Landon Walker 30-yard run. He's got a pair of those runs tonight, and they're coming at the most opportune time. That keeps the drive alive, moves the chains. First down, number 6. Off the left side, Landon Walker came into the game with 352 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. He's got a pair of 30-yard runs tonight.
Levi Kramer comes in at a wide receiver, lines up as a flanker to the near side. Backs offset again. They'll give it away to Nate Tackett. Nothing there. Loss on the play of about 2. Ashland all over that play. In on the stop for Ashland, number 71. That's Taylor Page, and the nose tackle, or middle guard if you like, Luke Rogers, number 39. Loss of 1. It's 2nd and 11 Clearfork. Ball back at Ashland's 42.
Well, when you're keying so much on the every step of Nate Tackett, Landon Walker can step up for you, as he has a couple of times tonight.
Backs line up in the eye, 2 wide receivers, one left, the other right. Snap of the ball, give it away. Tackett runs it at the 40, gets tripped up, and Shadron Starnes with another tackle this time. And had he not been there, Nate Tackett might have run for a first down. As it is, it's a gain of about 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 6 Clearfork at Ashland's 37.
Well, Shadron Starnes with 125 tackles coming into the ball game tonight. I mean, he's off the charts. He's off the tackle charts.
There was a player at Lucas, I think about 3 years ago, and unfortunately I cannot remember his name, but he finished a 10-game season with 175 stops. That's being around the football.
I'd say it is.
3rd down and about 6. Backs line up in the eye. Fraley gets the snap. Give it away. Tackett. Tackett at the 35, down to about the 31. He is close to a Clearfork first down, and I think has it.
He's going to be extremely close, and it looks like they may have to measure this one. And they will. Tackett off the right side this time, picked up right at 6 yards. So he is 91 yards on 17 carries on a sloppy track here in Belleville.
Didn't get a chance to see who got him around the ankles first, but we talked about Shadron Starnes. Shadron overran that play that time as Nate Tackett cut back and then went forward for good yardage. And that is a first down for Clearfork.
Second first down of the drive, so they've got 7 for the ball game.
First down, Clearfork.
And though it didn't start out like this, you almost get the sense that points are going to be a premium here in the second half. So if Clearfork's initial drive results in a touchdown, they've got to be feeling pretty good about themselves offensively.
Parrott and Kramer are the 2 wide receivers. Justin Fleur comes in at fullback. They line up in the eye. 1st and 10, and Ashland jumps off sides, and they're going to get the nose tackle, Luke Rogers. So it's 1st and 5.
Hard count by Joe Fraley. Discipline along that offensive line for Clearfork to not jump on the hard count by number 13. That is the 3rd penalty against Ashland. They've all been procedure penalties or offsides penalties. Barking those signals. Number 13 gains the Colts 5 yards the easy way.
Same formation, backs line up in the eye, 1st and 5, ball at about the 26. Snap of the ball, give it away. Nate Tackett hits the 25, and Ashland hits him right there. Gain of 1. 2nd down and 4 for Clearfork. One of the arrows getting up off the piles, number 28, and that would be Andrew Britton.
Inching our way down to the halfway point of the 3rd quarter. Fast-moving game. When Clearfork plays and they keep that ball on the ground, buddy, you are thinking about a ball game being in the books in 2 hours.
Moving right along. Kramer and David Parrott, the 2 wide receivers. Parrott, the flanker, and Kramer, the split end. Backs line up in the eye, 2nd and 4. Handoff, running with a football is Landon Walker. Walker maybe got another yard. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 as Ashland suddenly gets stingy with the yardage on the ground.
Well, and where we saw Rick Beans decide to go away from the field goal team and go for it on 4th down late in the second quarter, they're at the point on the field where that field goal opportunity, should they not make it here, is something we may see.
Right now it'd be a 40-plus yard field goal. They'll go with full house backfield on 3rd and 3 and 2 tight ends. Need to get to the 22. Fraley gets a snap. He turns. He gives it away. Nate Tackett has a first down across the 20 and down to about the 16-yard line. Kurt Gillespie made the tackle. First down, Clearfork.
Power run by Nate Tackett off the right side. He makes somebody miss around the ankles at the line of scrimmage, gets into the linebackers, lowers the shoulders, picks up 8. First down, number 8 for Clearfork.
Tyler McFarland also went on that last stop. First and 10, Clearfork. Ball at the Ashland 16-yard line. Best way to play defense against Ashland is to keep the football away from their offense. 2 tight ends, full house backfield. They give it away. Justin Fleur across the 15 down to about the 13-yard line, maybe the 12. Fleur carries and picks up about 3 at 2nd down and 7. Clock continues to run. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. And Clearfork has had the football this entire quarter.
And we are now at the halfway point. 6 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter.
Jeff Miller, Brandon Smith, the 2 tight ends. Full house backfield again on this 2nd down and about 6. Snap of the ball, give it away. Landon Walker. Walker at the 10. Walker inside the 10 and knocked down at about the 8. That'll bring up a 3rd and short.
Walker picks up about 5 on 2nd down. 6 carries, 63 yards, this time off the left side. Reverse out by the quarterback. Good blocking along the left side, and Walker's been able to make the first guy miss, and had he, in that case, made Logan Kerr miss, he was going to the end zone.
It's 3rd down and about 1.5 yards. We'll call it 2. Ball inside the 10 at about the 8. Full house backfield, 2 tight ends. Fraley, long count, turn, give it away. Justin Fleur carries the football and gets it close to the 5-yard line. And I believe where the official stands on the near side, yep, he's got a first down. So the Colts keep the football, keep the clock running, and keep the chains moving, and it's 1st and goal, Clearfork from the Ashland 6.
They are flirting with about a 10-minute drive here. Boy, you couldn't have ordered up anything better to start the second half than a drive like this.
Jeff Miller, Brandon Smith, the 2 tight ends. Again, it's the full house. Turn, give it away. Landon Walker. Walker inside the 5, jumps to about the 3.
Landon Walker takes the ball from Fraley, gets inside the 5-yard line.
Let's see where they put him down. Official on the near side, standing close to the 3-yard line as the clock continues to run as we approach the 4:30 mark.
Well, at this point, Taylor Housewright's going to have to warm up on the far sideline again.
I would think so, too. Aaron Woodward lines up as a tight end. Will line up on the left side, has the plays. Again, Clearfork comes out in the full house with 2 tight ends on the 2nd and goal from about the Ashland 3. Fraley turned, give it away, running with it. Nate Tackett close to the goal line. Did he get in?
Just short.
They'll put him down about a half a foot shy of 6 points. 3rd and goal from inside the 1. Clock continues to run as we are under 4 minutes at 3:50. Ashland has yet to touch the football in this quarter.
If they stick it in here, they will culminate a 9-minute drive.
Nearly 9 minutes. They'll go with 2 tight ends, Smith and Miller. Full house backfield, handoff. Justin Fleur jumps in over the top. Touchdown, Clearfork. The Colts take the lead at 13-7 with the try for point coming up.
Justin Fleur, one of the feature backs on that particular sequence. Late in this drive, 3 carries by Fleur. That one from 1 yard away caps an outstanding drive. Ball control, number of plays, and 6 points.
8 minutes, 28 seconds taken off the clock. Snell to try the point after. Ball is down. Kick is up. High enough and good. So, with 3 minutes and 32 seconds left to play in the third quarter, our score, Clearfork 14, Ashland 7.
Jumping at Johnny's used cars for everyone.
Hey y'all, welcome to halftime. Ashland at Clearfork. Great big game, huge. Both teams in the playoffs. Y'all enjoy yourself. Watch us at 11 o'clock Saturday and Sunday. See you next week.
Jumping at Johnny's used cars for everyone.
You know why so many people buy garage doors from Gander Doors? It's because what they have behind their Gander door. Hi, I'm Craig Gander. At Gander Doors, we've made quality garage door installation a family profession for 3 generations and take pride in protecting and securing your valuable items. Think about what you have behind your garage door and then give us a call at Gander Doors. What's behind your door?
3 minutes, 32 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And Ashland's going to touch the football for the first time this quarter after that 8-minute, 28-second drive by Clearfork that resulted in 7 points after the try for point was good by Snell, and he will kick off.
You could not have spoken it more perfectly when you said the way to limit Ashland's points is to don't let them have the football.
Ball kicked off, and here comes Scott Hiller at the 15. Sutter steps and gets hit and dropped at the 18-yard line. And it's first down and 82 yards to go for the tying touchdown for the Arrows. But they have an offense that can strike quickly. We'll see what happens here. The first time Clearfork scored, Ashland answered right back. Let's see if they can do it again.
Well, the one component to the Ashland game that has not been there tonight, when Housewright throws the football, that opens up the running game. So far, they haven't capitalized on that. Sloppy conditions between the hash marks, and Housewright has not been a running threat tonight. He's been sacked twice.
3 wide receivers, 1 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Here comes Logan Kerr in motion. The snap is bobbled, picked up by Housewright. He'll run the football and be knocked down right at about the line of scrimmage. Second down and about 10 for Ashland.
Now, the Clearfork Colts, regardless of how this one turns out, have certainly made an outstanding accounting of themselves here tonight.
How they can play this well against the #1 team in the conference and then just fall apart against Orville is beyond me. For some reason, they can't beat the Red Riders, but they do well against everybody else in this league.
Yes, they do.
3 wide receivers again, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side on this 2nd and 10. Housewright's going to keep the football. He's at the 20 and gets hit by Nate Tackett, Levi Kramer, and everybody else in a black jersey, and driven back. So 3rd down and 8, Ashland at their own 20. Clock running, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Clearfork defenders just absolutely beating their blocks and swarming to the quarterback. 5 black jerseys on the quarterback, Housewright.
Yep, big play for both teams. Ashland comes to the line of scrimmage. Anthony Fairhurst is in at a wide receiver, lines up to the near side. Here goes Logan Kerr in motion. Gets the snap to Housewright. He's back to throw. He's being chased. He will run. No, he'll throw deep. This one's intended for Logan Kerr. He goes up, and he makes a heck of a catch. Oh, boy, was that major league. How did he come down with that ball? That football was up for grabs.
41.
And Logan Kerr made the catch.
41 yards on the reception. Housewright to Logan Kerr. Ball underthrown. Ball not the best spiral you'll ever see, but Logan Kerr goes up and makes a play. What do they say about big games? The big players need to make the plays. And that time, Housewright let Logan Kerr go get it, and that's exactly what he did.
Yep. If Ashland wins tonight, that'll be a key play. It's 1st and 10. Ball at the Clearfork 39. Again, they'll go with 3 wide receivers. Here comes Logan Kerr in motion. They hand off to Eisenhower. Eisenhower trying to find some place to run. Doesn't go very far as he's wrapped up and brought down by Uriah Landell. Gain on the play of 2. It's 2nd down and 8 Ashland at the Clearfork 38.
Logan Kerr came in with 22 catches on the year. He's got 4 tonight for 66 yards. And he and Housewright bailed the Arrows out of a big spot on 3rd down, deep in their own territory. Now they've got the football well inside Clearfork territory and bidding to tie this one up.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Ashland trying to answer the Clearfork touchdown. Housewright gets the snap. He steps up, he throws, and making the catch on his knees right at the 1st down marker is Anthony Fairhurst.
8 yards and right at the chains. It'll be close to a 1st down.
There we see it again.
A nice job by Housewright, kind of stepping up into the crease in the pocket. Gave himself another second to deliver the strike. 2nd catch of the night for Anthony Fairhurst.
27 seconds and counting in the 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10 Ashland. Ball at the 29-yard line. 3rd quarter, handoff. Eisenhower trying to get some good yardage and gets close to the 35. That'll bring up a 2nd down and about 6 after the gain of 4, and that may have been, and I think it is, the last play of the 3rd quarter as time will expire. After 3, our score, Clearfork 14 and Ashland 7.
At Hearst Drug, we're more than just a drugstore. We offer a variety of fun and unique items. Ever think of making your own beer or wine? Hearst Drug carries all the supplies you'll need. Bottles, cappers, corkers, sterilizing equipment, and a variety of flavors for wine bases. Beer and wine kits, what a fun idea for that hard-to-please person on your gift-giving list. After all, we're more than just a drugstore. Hearst Drug, 4th and Diamond Street in downtown Mansfield.
Around here, the weather's always changing and rain and snow are a constant. It's a chore keeping that moisture out of the basement. Thanks to the B-Dry system, that's not a problem. The experts at B-Dry carefully investigate both outside and inside your home to find the cause of the water problem and offer the best solution. With over a half-century of experience, B-Dry's developed a permanent solution, and they back it with a life-of-the-structure warranty. Got water? No problem. Call B-Dry System of North Central Ohio.
At People's Savings and Loan Company of Bucyrus, they want to make your banking as pleasant and comfortable as possible. With extra-wide drive-thrus, a covered ATM, rear-covered entrance, a handicapped inside teller window, and plenty of convenient parking, they make it easy to visit their brand-new location. Stop by to visit one of their friendly loan officers and ask John or Steve to show you how locally owned and operated People's Savings and Loan Corporation can make a difference.
The WMFD Sports Game of the Week is presented by Empire Affiliates, your community credit union, and sponsored in part by Johnny Johnson Sports, B-Dry System of North Central Ohio, Mansfield-Richland Area Chamber of Commerce, and by People's Savings and Loan Company of Bucyrus.
Ready to start the 4th quarter. It's Ashland 2nd down and about 6 from Clearfork's 25-yard line as the Arrows are trying to answer the Clearfork touchdown drive, which ate up practically in the entire 3rd quarter. 8 minutes and 28 seconds. Snap of the ball. Back to throw Housewright. Has plenty of time. He throws. It's complete to McFarland. McFarland at the 20 to the 19, falls forward to about the 18-yard line. He is close to an Ashland 1st down, may have it.
Outstanding perception by the quarterback, or for the quarterback, Housewright. All the time in the world to find number 7 in the flat, Tyler McFarland. First catch for McFarland, lunges forward, and that'll be enough to call the chains out. It's going to be awfully close.
Jeb Miller made the tackle along with a host of other black jerseys, but he stopped his forward progress.
108 yards through the air now for Taylor Housewright.
And it is a 1st down for Ashland.
First down, Ashland.
That is the 8th first down of the ball game for the Arrows.
Arrows continuing to keep the chains moving and hopefully, for their sake, punch one in and kick the extra point and make things even at 14 in what has turned out to be a good football game.
Well, the Arrows showing character of a champion, getting down by 7, turning right around and answering, but they've got to finish the drive.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Snap of the ball. They give it away. Here's Eisenhower leaning across the 15, maybe getting to the 14 before he's knocked down. One of the Colts in on the stop was number 59, I believe, if I had the number correct, and that being Aaron McGee.
65 yards now for Dan Eisenhower. Look again, the big guy doing some bulldozing inside and really sticking a shoulder pad in and making a nice tackle was Uriah Landau.
Landau also in on the stop. It is second down and about 6, Ashland. Again, they give it to the big guy, Eisenhower. He churns his way right to the 10-yard line. He'll be about a yard short, yard and a half short of his first down. It's third down and about 2, Ashland. 10 minutes, 28 seconds left to play in the football game.
Well, Eisenhower was stood up as he went through the line of scrimmage, and Landau tried to strip him. But Eisenhower kept control of the football. Third down and short. A healthy yard, about a yard and a half on third down.
Third down and a short, too. Ashland to the line of scrimmage. Fairhurst, McFarland, and Harris are the wide receivers. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Snap of the ball. And it's Housewright to keep it himself, and he has an Ashland first down. So it's first and goal, Ashland, at about the Clearfork 7 or 8.
Keep your eye on the clock. Under 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 55 seconds. The officials have stopped the clock for a measurement. Housewright coming right at you. I think he's got enough for the first down here, as he gets well inside the 10.
Justin Fleur made the tackle.
And Jerry Mayfield's birthday, 45 years old. Happy birthday, Jerry.
And it is first down, Ashland.
Ashland Calhoun, Sweet 16. Happy
Evens
birthday,
up the first
Ashland.
downs at 9 apiece.
First down for Ashland.
First and goal, Ashland from the Clearfork 8-yard line.
A ball game like this continues to prove my point that you are hard-pressed to find more exciting sports value for the money than you find at a high school football game or a high school basketball game.
When you have 2 good teams playing, I agree. So it's first and goal, Ashland.
Yeah, let's preface that.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Handoff. Here's Dan Eisenhower. Eisenhower gets hit at the 7 and driven back. Aaron Abbott made the tackle. And I mean, he stopped Dan in his tracks. Gain on the play of about a yard to the 7. Second and goal from there. 9 minutes, 19 seconds to play in the football game.
Stepping up and taking Eisenhower down. 70 yards now for Dan on 9 carries. As Ashland has mixed pass and run on this possession. But this drive needs to produce points as this second half has flown by.
Housewright in shotgun. Eisenhower is in the backfield with him. He's back to throw. He throws for the corner, and it is incomplete.
Trying to find Tyler McFarland out there. McFarland double covered in the corner. Not much of a chance on a completion there, and that'll stop the clock and slow things down just a bit.
Third down and goal. Third and goal at about the 7.
Now this is an interesting, we talk about the fans behind the goal line over at Winford. How about the student section on the end line? One step and they're in the end zone.
Ashland out of the huddle. 2 wide receivers far side of the field, 1 to the near side. Housewright gets the snap. He's back to throw. He's under pressure. Throws to McFarland at the 5. He's inside the 5, gets to about the 1. And it's fourth and goal from the 1-yard line.
Oh boy. Gotta go.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You gotta go. Well, that catch by McFarland, his second of the night. He's got a pair of 7-yarders, and it looked like that's the incompletion when he was trying to find McFarland in the corner.
Here comes Luke Rogers, the middle guard, into the offensive lineup.
How about a lead blocker? Here you see the 7-yarder, little middle screen to McFarland, and it looks like he's got a head of steam, and he's going to find the goal line, but he comes up just short.
Yep, here we go, 4th and 1. Eisenhower's the only back in the backfield.
Going to the right side.
Snap of the ball. They give it to Eisenhower. He didn't get in.
Oh, he got stuck.
Nate Tackett hit him and drove him straight back. Oh, my.
He ran right at the lead blocker that was put into the backfield, beating the block and putting a lick on him, and no points on the big drive by Ashland. Oh, that's worth looking at again.
Watch this nutcracker of a hit. And we will take a quick break and be right back.
Catherine knows what it's like to be a senior citizen. That's why she delivers meals to people who could use a little help. And we know how to help Medicare subscribers like Catherine. That's why we offer Anthem Senior Advantage. There's no monthly plan premium, and Anthem Senior Advantage covers almost every healthcare service you may need, including preventive care like health screenings, vision and hearing exams, built-in Medicare Part D coverage for generic and brand drugs, including some generic drugs not covered by most Part D plans. You can see your primary care doctor for only $10 a visit. And you get a membership in the Silver Sneakers Fitness Program. Anthem Senior Advantage. Contact your independent Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield agent or call us now. Anthem has answers. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. 1-800-797-4905.
Hi, I'm Michael Miller, owner of Miller's Diamond Jewelry. We have something for everyone, but if you don't find it, we can create it. We have custom design experts, a graduate gemologist, a friendly trained staff, and the latest in laser technology. With our commitment to quality and service, we give you the brilliance you deserve. Visit Miller's Diamond Jewelry in the Appleseed Center, Mansfield, celebrating 55 years, where our customers are the real gems.
Handoff running with the football is Landon Walker, and he gives Clearfork breathing room up to about the 9-yard line.
Okay, back to that big game-changing stick on defense by Clearfork. They are at the 1, looking to go into the end zone and tie it up, and not even close. Not even close.
And Nate Tackett, I believe, made the hit. Either that or Justin Fleur. I saw 47 and 31 come flying in there.
Boy, that could prove to be a game changer right there.
Gain on that last play of 7. It's second down Clearfork at about their own 9-yard line, and they aren't going to throw it. They're going to run it, and running the football, I believe, was Landon Walker, who gets close to the 15, and that should be another Clearfork first down.
And we'll have the guys downstairs cue that up when they get another second, because you cannot overstate the importance of that stop on 4th down and goal. Let's take another look. This is a tie ball game waiting to happen right here. Handoff to Eisenhower, and he is stuffed. I mean, there's no lane at all. And if Clearfork goes on to win this ball game, you go back to that play right there on defense.
It's first down Clearfork nonetheless. Ball at their own 15. They line up with 2 tight ends in the full house. And Joe Fraley with a football gets run out of bounds back at about the 10-yard line and run out of bounds with 6:40 to go. There's still time if Ashland can get the football back.
Well, Clearfork at this point is well advised to stay in bounds and do not stop the clock. But in saying that, they're going to need to pick up a couple first downs along the way.
I'll give credit on that tackle to both Justin Fleur and 31 Nate Tackett, because it looked as though 47 and 31 led the charge there.
Well, they brought in some beef. They lined him up on the wing on the right side, ran right at him. And the defense on the left side for Clearfork just overcame everything to make a big, big play.
2nd and 13, handoff Nate Tackett. Finding room to run, breaking tackles, and is close to another Clearfork first down across the 20 at about the 23-yard line. He is just shy. This is going to bring up a 3rd down and short, Clearfork.
He
3rd and 2.
Picks up 12 yards on the run by Tackett. It's going to make it a much more manageable 3rd down. A 3rd down now. Oh, and you could have thrown a late hit right there.
Yeah, you could have.
And they did. That's exactly what Tackett's gesturing. Where's the late hit flag?
Up 2 tight ends and a full house backfield.
Don't have to throw it.
6 minutes.
Don't have to throw it now with the big run from Tackett. You can run it for the 1st down.
They turn, hand off, and nothing there this time for the first back through. And running the football was Justin Fleur, and he was stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and it is 4th down, and Clearfork will have to punt the football away.
Well, now you can see defenses on both sides of the football extremely strong. Ashland steps up in a spot where they had to make a defensive statement. They did, and they're going to force Clearfork to have to punt the football deep in their own territory.
Jeb Walker will punt, and Tyler McFarland will return. 5 minutes and 20 seconds and counting down here in this football game, so Ashland's going to get another crack at it, barring a turnover. There's the snap. It's a little high. Miller collects it. Here's the kick. It's an end-over-end kick. McFarland makes the catch. He's at midfield, trying to find some place to run. Slips, goes across the 45 and knocked down at the 43. 4:57 left to play. We'll break and be right back after this.
I'm Robert Franz, music director of the Mansfield Symphony Orchestra. For me, every concert is a thrilling journey, and I want to take you along. The Mansfield Symphony Orchestra is better than ever. In fact, it's one of the reasons North Central Ohio is such a great place to live. Join me for an adventure with the Mansfield Symphony Orchestra live in the historic Renaissance Theater.
Get the best of both worlds. Access to Ohio's top-ranked public university in a picturesque setting, all at Ohio State Mansfield. In addition to on-site housing and affordable tuition, you have access to over 170 undergraduate majors taught by distinguished faculty in small classes. It's Big Ten quality in a small college setting. It's Ohio State Mansfield.
Mike Golick here to discuss the modern pitching staff and the new...
Okay, Jenny.
My project is an analysis of the growing importance of middle relief pitching. Middle relievers or set-up men.
ESPN Radio. Get your radio on.
ESPN in Mansfield is on AM 1440 WRGM.
First and 10 Ashland. The ball is at the Clearfork 43-yard line. They'll go with 3 wide receivers to the near side and 2 to the far side. They empty the backfield. Housewright's back to throw. He's looking. He throws for the sideline. Ball's incomplete. Pass intended for Logan Kerr. 2nd and 10.
Landon Walker on the coverage for the Colts.
And Logan Kerr isn't getting up. At least not right yet.
You're looking ahead to next week. Ashland will be at home against Lexington, so regardless of what they do, should they lose tonight and then win next week, they still have gained themselves a share of the crown. If they win tonight and win next week, they've got it outright. For Clearfork, they've got to go on the road in week 10. They're going to be at West Holmes, and that is no easy business at all. So if Clearfork is going to make a statement for a share of the OCC crown, they're going to have to take care of business not only in the remaining 4 minutes and 51 seconds this evening, they're going to have to go down to West Holmes, down to Amish country, and put on a show next week.
503-686.
Logan Kerr is still down on the far sideline. And what they're working on, we do not know. Now they're going to try to get him up and actually just take him off and set him down off of the playing field and have the doctor look at him. And the officials We'll put things in play, and we'll resume with second down, and we hope Logan is okay. Ashland to the line of scrimmage. 5 wide receivers, 3 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Housewright in the backfield by himself. In shotgun, gets the snap. He throws, completes it to Gillespie. Gillespie at the 30. Gillespie has an Ashland first down at the Clearfork 29-yard line. David Parrott made the tackle along with Uriah Landell. So the Arrows move the chains and keep the football.
Throw into the trailing man in the trips formation. And Gillespie gets his first reception of the night. Good for 14 yards. Move the chains again. That is first down number 10 for Ashland.
First down, 10 yards to go. Arrows ball at the Clearfork 29-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go. Again, 5 wide receivers, 3 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Housewright in the backfield by himself. Gets the snap. Back to throw. He's looking. Now he will try to step up and run. Nope. He'll lose 3 and be knocked down back at about the 33-yard line. So it's second and 13. Ashland with 4:12 on a moving fourth quarter clock.
Third sack of the night for the Clearfork defense of quarterback Taylor Housewright. Putting the pressure on number 5 as he is scanning the field. Good coverage in the secondary, making him hold on to that football an extra second. Pursuit's catching up to him. Second down, 14.
5 wide receivers again, 2 to the near side, 3 to the far side of the field. Housewright gets the snap. He's back to throw. He throws. McFarland's got it. McFarland gets around one man, but can't get around a host of others as he's knocked down at about the 35-yard line. This is going to bring up third down and about 4 or 5.
Picked up about 9, 138 yards passing now for Taylor Housewright on the connection. Tyler McFarland, same play we saw just a couple of plays ago, where the trailing man in the trips formation catches the ball in the seam. A couple of lead blockers out in front of him.
He didn't go out of bounds, so the clock continues to run with 3:05 left to go in the game on this 3rd and 5 from about Clearfork's 25. Back to throw. Pass complete. First down, Nate Cooper. Ashland will keep the chains moving and keep the football. And it may be first and goal once again, this time at the Clearfork 10.
First catch of the night for Cooper. 15 yards on the reception. And now Taylor Housewright really heating up at the point in the game where his team needs him the most. He's crisp. The receivers are running the routes they need to run, and they're making the catches to get Ashland even up in this ball game.
5 wide receivers, 3 to the near side. Housewright is back. He throws the pass complete, and it is touchdown, Ashland. Nate Cooper catches the ball on the far sideline and tiptoes into the end zone, and Ashland is down just a point at 14-13 with the try 4-point coming up.
10-yard reception from Taylor Housewright to Nate Cooper. Cooper with 2 big catches on the drive. It's the same pass we saw before. This time, a good catch at about the 3, and into the end zone goes Cooper.
Try for point, all so important. Anthony Fairhurst will hold. Andy Baker will try to tie the game and maybe force overtime. You got to make sure everything's fine here. Good snap, seal the inside gap, put it down, put it over the bar between the post, ball down, kick up, on the way. It's good. We're tied at 14. 14 all between Clearfork and Ashland. We'll be back after this.
Give me an F, give me an R, give me an E, free. Give me a checking account with Empire. It's free, free, free.
We'll give you $25. Our free checking offers you no monthly fees, no minimum balance, free online banking and bill payment, free checks. Support your school with Spirit Checks, featuring your team's logo on every check. For every box you order, we make a cash donation to your school.
We got Spirit, yes we do. We got Spirit, how about you?
Empire Affiliates, your community credit union. Join us today.
Be a part of it.
Going to the library is an adventure for me. It opens up a world of possibilities. From fiction to fact, I can learn about and experience whatever interests me. It's an exciting center for information and entertainment. People say you learn something new every day. Well, what better place to learn than at the library? Visit a branch of the Mansfield-Richland County Public Library today.
You have endless possibility. Effort
library.
This is WMFD-TV Channel 68 and America's first independent digital television station, WMFD Digital Television, Mansfield.
This Friday night, the WMFD TV Game of the Week travels to Clearfork as the Colts take on the Ashland Arrows. Watch the broadcast of the game midnight Friday and Saturday morning at 8 a.m. here on WMFD TV. 2 minutes, 49 seconds left to play in this football game, and we're still even. 14-14.
You know what that is. It's time for the cheerleaders to throw the clickacoupon.com game room footballs into the crowd. You know about that by now. You go to WMFD.com and you get into the clickacoupon.com game room. Everything we do on Football Friday night, from scores and more to highlight packages to game of the week to you name it. If we do it on Football Friday night, you'll find